We have breaking news from the Ottawa Senators. They've extended goalie Linus Ullmark. We'll discuss the contract and how it affects the team coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. We have some pretty big news from the Ottawa Senators this morning. They've announced that they've extended pending UFA goaltender Linus Ullmark on a 4-year extension at $8.25 million per season. So he's going to make the same money as his old pal Jeremy Swayman with the Boston Bruins. Of course, we knew the Bruins couldn't afford both guys. Now they're both going to make that big money, except on separate teams. We knew Ullmark was traded to Ottawa. Obviously, Ottawa was not on his no-trade list at the time because he didn't think they'd be a team looking for his services where they had just signed Korpisalo to a longer-term deal. But he was, obviously seemed quite happy and open to go there and try it out. Steve Staios, the GM of the Sens, had made it clear they wanted to give him time to kind of settle in before they really went too far with the contract. He obviously has been there for a little while now, of course. I think they got settled in August and then going through training camp and everything. Clearly, he feels comfortable and feels settled here. I know I've seen a quote from TSN's Claire Hanna from Ullmark saying essentially at this stage of his career, big priority for him was family and his family being comfortable, and that they were quite comfortable so far in Ottawa, and that he hopes that over the course of his contract that they can help change things for the better for the organization and certainly help bring a higher level of success. So certainly, he's looked really good in the preseason so far in his few appearances. He's obviously a big piece for this team. $8.25 million is a lot of money, but if you're going to have, with the goalie market changing the way it is, if you're going to have an elite level goaltender, that's going to be a little bit more reasonable going price. Of course, it's a 4-year deal, whereas Swayman's an 8-year deal. Obviously different ages as well. Ullmark's currently 31. So the year he has left on his current contract will get him to age 32 and then add 4 more years on. They'll take him to age 36. So, this kind of covers, the remaining prime part of his career. Obviously a goalie like Ullmark, I think, theoretically doesn't have the wear and tear of a lot of 31-year-old goalies because he's always been part of a tandem. So he hasn't played, the huge game load that some of these other guys have at the same kind of age and stuff. So Ullmark's been really good. One of the league's top goalies, obviously a Vezina Trophy winner a couple seasons back, has been a great fit. I know for Sens fans, this should feel really good considering the last couple of big ticket items that came into town was like a one and done. Basically, we saw Jacob Chychrun while he was kind of basically a year and a bit, came at the deadline, finished the year out, had one full season, and then they moved him. And then, of course, in the case of Alex DeBrincat, didn't really want to re-sign, and they traded his RFA rights. And you can make an argument that those players were good and everything. And, you kind of, sometimes when a good player comes to your team, you get excited and you hope it works out and whatnot. But you can see now maybe they weren't the greatest fit. And that, even though at the time the deal seemed exciting, maybe it wasn't the best move, but this Ullmark trade is paying off so far with a contract extension. Korpisalo unfortunately had a really rough game in Boston to start the season last night against the Florida Panthers. They ended up losing. The score says 6-4, but the Bruins got a couple of late goals. That was a beatdown. The Panthers dominated that game, and don't let anything else change your mind because that's exactly. I watched it start to finish, and it was very, very one-sided. And if you're just looking at the box score, it might look otherwise, but not so much. So the Linus Ullmark era in Ottawa certainly is upon us now with a 4-year contract extension. There's also a full no-move clause throughout the 4 years of the deal. And at the same time, it's all salary. There's no bonuses. So I think this is a pretty good deal for the Sens. And this is a pretty good deal for Ullmark. And I think it should work out pretty well. So this is a big step, I think, for Ottawa. Taking that step forward, securing their elite level goaltender, which is the backbone of the team. So let me know what you think of the contract in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.